Evening, guys. Not usually live tonight, but what it is I run a group build on Twitter 4 times a year for 3 months. Starts on February the 1st and goes right through to February the 1st the following year. And it's just for fun. And I pick subjects to really kind of challenge the guys out of their comfort zone completely. Um, I pick subjects where it can make a lot of them uncomfortable, but they join in. And I thought this is the end of the Russia China group build over on Twitter. And I thought I'd just showcase all the builds that they've done from the hashtag and see their great work. And because they deserve a bit of recognition, because a lot of them it was really difficult for them. So it's not about me today, it's about all the followers on Twitter. If you are on Twitter and you don't follow me, it's Modelers United, and you'll be able to join in and see the tweets as and when they happen, which is all good fun. So to start with, this is what we had. And it started the 1st of November till the 1st of February, which is today. So a new group build started today. So we're just going to go through what everyone's done and see their great work and all the carry on and the laughter and everything else that happened. So that was it. It was anybody welcome to join in, which is always the way on our Twitter group builds. And it was Russia or China, hashtag Russia China group build. Great lot of guys joined in and it was great fun. So we've got Scale Modeler UK. He had this little beauty arrive, he said. So this is what he was planning on building, if it will load up. Yep. So he was going to do the Russian field car. Some guys change and some guys build more. Andy Green, he's doing a ICM kit there, which is another Russian. We'll get into the good stuff in a minute. Scale Modeler UK, Phil, he said bits and bobs arrived. He's on a wind up there. And then he started by doing a base. So we've got a base here. Done. And then this car here was going to go on it. So we'll get to see these builds as we go along. Then Matt Skill was a Russian T62. I'm just going through all the hashtags. So Scale Modeler UK said in preparation for the China build, he's dug out a set out of the box in the garage. I know they're German troops, but I'm sure I can make them look like they're Russian. So that was his plan. Some of the guys think outside the box, so all good fun. And he's back on that one again. And then that's his workbench ready for the following day when it all starts. I said, yep, we're all starting now, chaps, and all that. So we got our date picture from this is from Badger, and I see Badger's done it slightly different, his photographs, so we'll get that sorted. So the plan was to build all these, Badger was, in 3 months. That was his idea. Now I can't look at the chat, guys, so you have to bear with me on everything. So day one, he says he's reporting that it's this progress report. So we started off with the whole. Some of them didn't do it all in kind of order to make life easier for me. First brushing two-tone scheme, further to coach do the job. And he said still lots to do. And then he's put who's hunting who? Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. Tamiya at 135 T62. Base all brush painted using AK paints and 3rd gen set. So he's been quite busy. There we go. We've got a chappie here. Oh, skipped a bit there. What's happening? So he started to work on a base there. And that's about it on that one particular tweet. And we've got old Phil, Scale Model UK. Wonder what this line does here. So we've got a tank crew and field gun. Oh, yeah, right. So that's him getting ready. And a wonderful fold out of instructions. Then we've got Slightly Caddish. He was doing a Soviet JS4 heavy tank. Most of these guys, they're into their armor, you know. So then there was me saying it begins. Russian fella at the keyboard. So back to Phil again when it comes up. There you go. So he's got a bit of alclad going on there, and looks like he's using a bit of a coat hanger as a clamp. And some clear parts in the Jeep there. So he's flying along there. I mean, that's only the first day. This is the 1st of November. So, hi Annette, how you doing? Hi Moose. So there's Slightly Caddish. Yeah, Slightly Caddish. Day 1. And we've got a few more pictures just here. So we'll try and get them in. Slightly Caddish was building quite quickly. So he was kind of flying along with his builds. It won't let me put that one up. That's the problem with Slightly Caddish, bless him. He does videos and it don't want to go up. So there's one of his builds, the JS tank that he did. Looking fab. Just there. We've got some really good photos coming up. So then we've got Andy Green. I'm good, thanks, Annette. So Andy Green had a few selections there to do, by the looks of it. So that was his entries. Then we got back to Scale Modeler UK Phil. Doing a bit of research by the looks of it. Trying to figure out what he's got to do. And Andy Green is clamped up. He's got a couple of builds going on there quite quickly. Can't wait to show you all the builds. There's some great ones. Well, they're all great, but yes, Reet Dog is Scale Modeler UK Phil. So these are his builds that I've been showing at the moment. So we've got some chassis work and body work going on there. And Slightly Caddish, as you can see there. For some reason he's done his on a video, so it's harder to see. He says it's a Soviet heavy tank, Joseph Stalin 4 version, unknown unit in the Far East in the 1950s. Around 200 of these beasts were built and none saw combat. Oh, and there's some more photos there. That's the JS tank again. So all good. Then there was me. I was doing a SU2 bomber. So there's my SU2 when I was starting it. Badger's back on his two-tone scheme. And who's next? Scale Modeler UK Reet Dog Phil. He's back on the old Jeep. He's just been adding a little bit of detail around here and stuff. All looking good. And then he's starting to show it on a base. So he's getting his old base going there. He does a fantastic job. And then there's a bit of mine, my SU2. A lot of people saw that anyway. Then we got Rich, hashtag ME. He was made on the Chica. Very pleased with the general fit. So I've ordered a cockpit set to finish her off. Then we've got Andy Reddit with his Zavida T34. He's just watching the playoffs before he starts. Excuse me. Then we've got Matt Unarmored, who's a good friend. These are all good friends of mine, so it's nice to show their work. So Matt Unarmored was going for that. I can't KV2. If I remember rightly, I think he does that in a snow scene, but we'll see shortly. And then we've got Badger. He's doing a bit more. And if I remember rightly, he used the rolling pins from Green Stuff that we sell. So he's done a little bit there. He done quite a few actual dioramas for the group build. They were great little dioramas. Then we're back to Phil, Retweet Dog, Scale Modeler UK, Dog, sorry. And he's just working away on his wheelies. So all good. Then we got CJHM over on Twitter. Decided he was going to do the MiG-17. And he was laughing because the drawing on the Airfix pitch instructions. Sure, if you remember a while back, Airfix done a competition and used somebody's face as the pilot's face. So there's the pilot's face on the instructions, which made everybody giggle. That was quite funny to see, especially close up like that. And then CJHM again, and he's just starting to assemble and get bits together. Now, he nicked his finger, but also he was no idea where all this weight, because it needs over 20 grams. It actually needs 25 grams, and it's only 172 because I've built it. And it needs 25 grams to stop it being a tail sitter, but there's nowhere to put it. And that's half the problem. So he come up with an ingenious way of doing it by putting an extension on the inside to house them, which was a clever way of doing it. And that just stopped it from being a tail sitter. So he got that together, starting to put the airframe together. Then he's going into the black mode. Then he starts doing his metal finish and decals. And yeah, looking good. I know how much of a pain that kit is. So that's Matt Skill asking if he can join in. I said, yep, anyone's welcome. And back to old Phil again. Phil's doing a grand job at Scale Modeler UK. And when the picture comes up, there you go. So he's starting to put a bit of stowage in there and bits and bobs. And starting to look the part. And figures. We've seen that one. Then we've got Tiger Stripe. He decided to join in. So he's got his kit there unstarted. And he started his assembly. Said to everybody, wish me luck. I think there was an issue with his kit, if I remember rightly. Well, he's going to do some chopping by the looks of it. Oh, there you go. There's some more Tiger Stripe. There you go. So he's chopped it. He's chopped the corner off it. So we'll see what his plan was when he gets to it. So Matt Unarmored. He what's he doing there? Aerodynamics not the primary concern, he said. I guess it's because it's quite boxy. And then Matt's onto the tracks. Like so. All good. Then Phil, Scale Modeler UK, started doing a cracking job there. He's got a chap there in a map. Reading away. Probably lost. And we've got a guy, Richard Brooks. Excuse me. 1943 T34. So Phil. So Scale Modeler UK Phil, or Reek Dog. Here's his final build, which should look fantastic. And there you go. What a lovely job that is. The chap's there busy. Lovely base. I'm not into armour, but it's really cool. He's done a grand job with that. I'm hoping that the image is looking alright on the YouTube there. It's looking good on Facebook, so extend that a little bit. Yeah, good. So you've got some nice close up there as well, a bit of shrubbery and whatnot. The old tree. So he's done a fantastic job on that, and I know he's watching on YouTube. So well done, Phil. Excellent build, that buddy. Can't knock that at all. That's the same pictures again, I think. Yeah. So then we've got Ian Costa. He said, how many parts? Is it too late to swap a nice simple Lend-Lease Sherman that's not including tank riders and tracks? Look at all them parts. That's crazy. And Matt Skill's back doing his bit, muddling along. A lot of these guys either don't do tanks or don't do the subject that I pick. I pick it to wind them up. Just push them that bit more. So we've we've got the wonderful T62 in progress there. And he's started to stick the old barrels and that on the back and starting to do a bit of shading. We've seen that one. We've seen Phil's one there. Oh, Phil says he's taking some better photos. So we'll just have a little looky look at them. Oh yeah, he's done it with different lighting and some different angles there. We have great fun on these Twitter builds and we have a good laugh too. So if you are on Facebook, on Twitter, definitely look up Modelers United and join in because it is great fun. So Matt Unarmored, primed and ready to go in a minute. That's what he's saying. There you go. I get the guys to put hashtag on the pictures so then everybody can see them. There we've got fin damage. He said he's going to start this instead of finishing the Jada Panther 2 brushed winter camo coming up. So that will be an interesting one. So, my friend Hobby Dude over in the US, he's done a little plane there with the barrels and whatnot. Sorry, he didn't say what one it is. Can't remember. And oh, there you go. Right, it's an Edard 148 Polycarpov, is it? I-16 Type 10. So there you go. And there's some great image there. Brilliant photo. The detail on it's great. I remember when he was doing this, trying to figure out how to do that streaking. And I mean, he's done a lovely work on the deck there. He's got oil spillage, a little bit of fuel or whatever that is on the drum there. I mean, he's done such detail. A little stool in the corner. He's done a fantastic job on that. And who's hunting who? Soviet invasion. Oh, right, yeah. So this is a few different angle shots of Badger's build. It's work in progress. We've seen that one. Silly adverts. Seen that one. Now we're on to our 148, the SU2 that I was doing. Just messing about with photos there and whatnot. Because I join in these group builds. So Hobby Dude says his next build, he's not coming up for some reason. Oh, there you go. It's IL2 Storm or something. And we're going on to Matt Unarmored. He's started to pre-shade. Get his tones how he wants them. Our Badger's on his second build there. Soviet armor car and a diorama with a barn. That'll be interesting. He's starting off with his 15 parts for that little bit. So quite a complicated kit, that one. And fine damage. Tamiya quality, but these tracks are a pain. At least they look good when they're finished. He's done a nice job on them. And there's him starting to fit it on the tank, I think. Yeah. And someone put, what kind of turret you got there? A little bit of Twitter humour there. So Matt Skill's been flying along by the looks of it. he says that's the spraying done, just the wheels and weathering and stowage packs that he got from Modellers United shop. That's a big old gun on that one. That big old tank. I'm not into tanks, but that's a big tank. And Darren Dazza, he decided he was going to go with a MiG. And Fin Damage says, okay, now it's ready for painting. So he's got that together well. Looking nice and clean. Kind of skipping, going through them quite quick because there's quite a lot. And we want to get to all the finished builds, which is the main bit. So this is Ian Costa. He's making a start after seeing all them thousands of bits. And can you guess what it is? Right, so let's have a look. So we've got Fin Damage, he's got it all pretty much put together now. Starting his paintwork. That's nice. I like the way he's done that. So he's painted and done a bit of shading, and it's ready for clear coat, and then the decals. That's a great job, that. And there's the decals starting to go on. The decals are now on and can set overnight. Very good. Here armour. Right, Darren Dazza, bless him. So obviously we know about the heavyweights, and he's just about to come up to that bit. Right. So Darren decided he wasn't going to put any weights in, and he was going to do it in flight mode, I believe, so he doesn't have to worry about the excess weights. Fin Damage, he started to do some weathering on it. That's definitely changed colour doing that. This is his brushing time, he said. Oh, we've got a new one here coming in. Woolywings at outlook.com. That's his Twitter thing. And he's doing a bit of the old pre-shading and whatnot there on his Russian build. A lot of Russian ones going on. CJHM. We've seen the black. He's already done that, and he's the black and the metal, and then what's it? Matt Skill. Pretty much calling it done. That's right. He was waiting on the storage set that I sent out to him. So he gets the storage just shortly. Come on. There you go. So it's starting to look really cool. I love the way he does that weathering and stuff. And the tracks look fab. Oh, any more pictures there I missed. There you go. See, he's got some lovely mud going on and all sorts there. Right. So he's waiting on storage. Darren's Dazza. Darren Barker. Started to whip his decals on there. I'm building a tank for the first time. People want to wind up. We've seen that one. Seen Matt Armour's one there. John Brooks, he said that he's today he finally joins the party with a T62 and some awesome viewing while he's waiting. So he's got some films there and whatnot to watch while he's building. we've got Andy Green, he's back again. Usual Airfix quality. Hurricane on a spit, 1973. But he's going to be doing it Russian, I believe. Should be. So, John Brooks, excellent armour builder, like everybody else's. And there we go, some pre-shading. And then he's starting to Tigris Prime base coat highlights added, C62, some more parts to go. It's been a dream to build. Yeah. There's me with my SU2. I'm kind of skipping past these, to be honest, because it's me. So that's my SU2 getting done. Just trying to avoid that. So CJHM, satin varnish on over decals, and realised I forgot to mask and paint the wing walkway. So that's in there. Then John Brooks finally decided on a scheme for the T62. Will probably be more battered than this one. You know what he's saying? And there's a real one by the looks of it. Gave him a little bit of inspiration. So this crazy kit that Ian Costa was doing, this is how technical it starts to get on the interior. Look at that lovely bit of brass work there and photo etch. Looks like some scratch building over here too in the corners. So he's really going to town with this one. It's going to be a fab one when he's done. And they are done today, so all good. So this is Ian Costa again, and he's starting to put it all together. Looking good. And then we've got Andy Ridder. Challenge for me, building for the first time, experimenting with rust and chipping effects. So far, random rust hues applied. Any advice? If needs varnish before chipping medium, welcome. Both recommended. Russian 4BO scheme. That's looking great. First as well. That's his first. Oh, I don't want to touch armour. That's for sure. So we're getting where people are starting to do well now. So CGHM, he managed to get it to sit on all three wheels with the 20 grams of weight, but there's no space to put it all. Yeah, at least he's got his walkways on now. Then we're back to matte unarmoured. Chipping fluid and then a lighter shade of green to chip. It finally twigged just how thin paint needs to be to airbrush properly. 50-50 Russian green and light dust added. A third thinners and a few drops of retarder. Next job, removing it all. So, there you go. So he's got a lot of chipping fluid on this apparently. So it should be good when that one's done. I like Matt's work as well. I like everybody's work. I'm spoilt for choice for the guys. He said this is chipped, then toned it down with a vase colour. It's not meant to be chips, rather variation and paint and wear. I'm trying to follow Martin Cavrock's technique. Looks okay, I think. Covering it in a whitewash. So there we go. You can just see the paint chips there in the paintwork. It's all looking good. Definitely. We've got Darth Spud. He's been varnish is finally hardened enough to touch. Not quite sure what he was building, but we'll find that out after. So John Brooks, he's decided to go with another kit, a T34/85 this time. And it looks like one of them Lego fun ones. There's me, me with my silly SU2. It was a pain to do. And then we've got Steve Curtis. He's a good friend. He's actually one of our model club guys, and he done a Soviet T55 MBT. That's where he's at. Willie Wings is back again with his jet. Well, he's done a nice job on that whole engine exhausts. Very nice. So he's just letting it dry before he carries on. Andy Green's got his builds together on the Aero Club ones. And Matt Unarmored, streaky whitewash. This is what he's been doing on his. Oh yeah, that's cool. Very streaky. That's what you want. And then he's got whitewash done. Now just check notes, pin wash, chipping, dirt wash, rust, and then mud. And the tracks to still do on a hand old school turntable. There's his hand going around. So we've got Rich ME on that Chica or whatever it's called. Chica. So a biplane, right? There. Russian biplane. That's what I'm going to call it. My pronunciation's terrible. So, CJHM, he says he's finally finished his MiG 17. That's quite nice. I like that. Done a great job on that. I know that he does a lot of cars, and I've rarely ever seen him do aeroplanes. So fair play to the fella. He had a go. That's the main thing. The John Brooks T62 update, pre-shading done. Looking very nice. And we've got Idle Bridle. Stowage pretty much finished and glued in place with some ballistic turtle bundles made by John Brooks from Modelers United. And there we go. So he's got some stowage going on here all over. He's even got a little veggie crate there, look, with tatties and everything in it and cabbages. You see that? Little wooden crates and stuff. Oh, very good. And these roll packs and stowage bits, they're available on our website. So Matt Unarmored still on his whitewash, which is looking great. Oh yes, I like that. Hi Henry, how you doing? Oh, I like the way he's done that. It's very good. Right, so we got WHTID or some other. Anyway, R. Stevenson. He's doing an SU-27. Something old bird, that one. SU-27. Idle Bride's done. He says that's him finished. And he's chopped to bits of it. That looks great. He's done a lovely job on that. I really do like them tatties and cabbages and that. It's a nice touch. And we've got Badger. What's Badger up to? badger detail has disappeared. Oh dear. And Woolly Wings is finished near enough. He says photos are a bit dark, but the shading is on and it's time for gloss and panel wash. Then mat it all down and take the sheen off apart from the metallic. Laughing out loud. That's looking tidy, that. I've seen some of these, but I've not seen all of these. So Darth Spud's done his little hurricane. Looks like a hurricane there. Russian hurricane. No. Very good. I like that. Back to Woolly Wings. Almost there. Matte varnish is on. Just the front undercarriage doors to go on. Canopy, the extra fuel tank, and dirty the old Russian Mark III Foxbat. That's really nice. I don't like building jets, but yeah, I wouldn't mind building one of them. That looks good. Big as well. So I'll get some decent pics from tomorrow, but that's her done, comrades. 148 Foxbat B. That's nice, that. He's done nice on that. He's one of our quiet members too. So we've got Paul, the retired guru tech, and he's got the Savida P40B Tomahawk kit. So we've got one Russian Lend-Lease P40B Winter 1942. This is one of two 172 scale P40Bs that he's going to be wanting to do. Box looks a little crumpled there. And Woolly Wings is just showing with better lighting, sorry. His Foxbat. Because lighting's always an issue, and the guys on Twitter, they just post straight away, you know. So we've got Neil Anderson. Neil Anderson's got a bit of engine work there on an SU-122. Fair to say, slow progress, hardly visible at all when close up. Why do we bother? Because we know it's there. I love the way he's done that exhaust. Yeah, we all do it. We all do bits you can't see. We're getting there now because the builds are coming along. So the Mark II-B and the Mark III-B and the P40B received their primer. 3 white mice. Have a good weekend all. Russia China build. Andy Green. So all good. It's primed up, ready to go. It'll be good to see what he does there. Back to Ian Costa's crazy amount of stuff to do. So he's getting there nicely with that. That's looking good. For an armour piece. Armour's armour. And then he's got a few little update pictures there. Strange me not being on camera. We've just got a bit of detail work and whatnot. There's a rough texture he's been putting on there. And we've got Andy Riddick's back again. A little update, not much bench time, but with chipping didn't yield the results I was hoping for. It took a lot of effort to remove the chipping. I think that looks great. It's a nice subtle bit of chipping there. Can't grumble with that. Yep, all good. Then Badger. We're back to Badger. Badger. Let's see what Badger done quite a few builds. So paint scheme preparation. Bit chipping and whatnot going on there. Bit of greenage. Some wiggly lines. So back to Steve Curtis with his T-55 Soviet tank. Needs weathered and figures. Steve's pretty much a beginner. In the world of modelling he is anyway. So he's doing really well, as always. So Paul the retired Guru Tech has made a start by just opening a box by the looks of it. All good. Oh, right, I see. Okay, and then he's showing what else is in the box. And he seems to put his into plastic containers. Another advantage of Chinese takeaway containers. That was his words. Oh, he's got some extras. He's got some photo etch there. It's a different set of decals there. And some resin. Right, that's going to be an interesting one. So, Rich, on his I-153 Chica, I think it is, something like that. Rich ME, back onto his Russian biplane thingy, is that one there. So there we go. A nice little thing, that. All good. Back to Badger on his BA-10 on a wheels, and has to be a strategic bump on the diorama base, but I'm relieved she isn't too skew. Oh, there. Click the wrong button, I ain't. There you go. So he says B18 construction complete. We'll divvy her up once the base is done. Blimey, vac form is troublesome and lengthy. Not making a great job of it, but I'm not too worried. It's a peasant's barn, not the Ritz. So he must be doing that barn. It must be vac form if I remember rightly as well. Yeah. So he's got a vac form barn there that he's putting together. Right, we've seen that one. We've seen that one. Seen that, seen that, seen that. Whoa, what's happened there? Where's all my tweets gone? Oh, I see, okay. Right. So, Paul the retired Guru has got his Curtis P40. Stuff that's in the box. That's my SU2. You've all seen my SU2. It's pointless going through that. Steve Curtis with his diorama base on his T55. Fab job he's done on that. That looks great. And then Badger with his building. Who'd have thought a small building could be so tricky? Plenty of putty to go on. We'll do it roughly so it looks like a badly applied grouting. And I should know tomorrow's conundrum, vac form fence or coffee sticks. Now, we talked him into using coffee sticks. So, Neil Anderson's done a bit more snail pace, but well above my skill level so far. SU 122 by Mini Art. It'll be worth it in the end. That's looking good. Lots of detail. Mini Art kits are very detailed, so all good. Good old Neil Anderson for that. And matte on armoured. Tidy up my bench and shelves before I finish it off. And Rich ME, the LAGG-3. She's on her wheels. Had the decals applied. Next, some weathering. That's a great little plane. That'll be his next one. There's me again. I'm not going to show you me. Keep showing you me. You've seen my builds. There's no point showing my builds. So this is Rich ME's. He's pretty much done. He's got his aerial wire there. So that's his done. He says that's it for now. Time for the Churchill from Tamiya. Matte and armoured. He says the 148 KV2 Gigant finished. Nice simple kit to put together. Oh, that's great. I like the way he's photographed it too. That looks fab. It's a right little stubby old turret on there. Proper little stubby, like them little chibi tanks, but on a real tank. There's some more photos there. Different angles, because you can only post 4 pictures at a time on Twitter. So the guys have to kind of split it up into different tweets. Coming up, yeah. There you go. That looks great little tank. More stuff for the P40s from Paul, the retired Guru Tech. Oh, right, yeah. Some more resin and photo etch and whatnot. And Badger's house, where we challenge him to make a wooden fence. So there's his little wooden fence in his house that he's been doing. That's a vac form as well. He had a hell of a time with it. Here's me with my SU2. I'll just do one. There you go. Right. My year in 4 builds, including, right, that's feels for something else. So back to Badger. Build 2 complete. Oppression. Hobby Boss BA10 Mini Art Barn. Verodin and Masterbox figures. My biggest project today, and to be honest, I'm really pleased with it. And so it should be. That looks great. Look at that. What a great camera angle that is. You can't fault that. That's come out really well. I know he was pleased as punch with it. It did look really good. I'll just go on to this one. I know we've seen some of this, but Badger says the BA10 was fiddly but enjoyable. However, I won't be going anywhere near a vac form kit for a long while. That's how much trouble he had with the building. He was pretty much pulling his hair out with that one. And he rid it. And he's T34, needs to vacate the lounge before Santa comes. Happy Christmas, everyone. Blah, blah, blah. See, so we're getting near where it all starts again now. And we've got Slightly Caddish. Here's my second project. An SC variant of those Airfix Dug Crate doubles. Aerial Winter War. Vipuri 39 to 40 and a Fokker DXXI versus a I-15 BIS. Whatever all that means. So Badger's got another couple, a MIG there and a Yak 1B. Right, dogfight double day one from Slightly Caddish. Starting with a Fokker as it's an older kit with some fitting issues, some PE and nice cockpit whole wings fitted really bad. Filler time, gonna mask it off and start on the I-15 in order to prime them both together. Ooh. All right, yeah, all good. We're getting to the fun bits now. So, Slightly Caddish again, day two, I-15, cockpit together, nicely detailed, radial engine, completely hidden off later, gear super flimsy, super glue time. Oh, I hate it when you click the wrong button like that. Yeah. So Badger's going to go for the MiG-3. Oh, here we go. Ian's busy hectic build there. Ian Costa's tank. He's done the fully modelled tracks. How do they look? I hate putting them together. Do you know what? I like them because they sag well. You know? They just look the part. So that's him getting into some primer. And Slightly Caddish, dogfight double day three, both ready for primer. And skids are on. All good. Right, we've got another finished one, I think. This is Stu Zephyr 102 on Twitter. He says, I've earmarked today to do my tax return, but this seems more fun. Calling my contribution finished for the T55. That looks great. I like the look at that. That's all good. Nicely done. You see, this is where they all start coming together now. So we've got Hyro Summit. He's at 723, my love. It's Hyro Summit is his Twitter. So he's from Japan. Hope the world wins the pandemic. Bless him. Now it's a little 1762, so that's a little jobby. They're not easy to build them little things. Yes, it'll be saved, Moose. So 172 dogfight double air war over Ripon winter 3940 by Slightly Caddish. That's him done his little winter one there. He's got his little jeepy thing there. And all good. Very nice. And we've got a bit of advertising there by Twitter. As always, doy. So, Andy Ridder, T34 done, many firsts, first tank, first time using chip and medium, rust techniques, mud and pigment, been a good test bed, resilient finish, not totally cohesive, but thoroughly enjoyed working on it and learned lots. Very happy with the outcome. So he was chuffed to bits to have a shot and have a go. And he done a wonderful job on it. That's for sure. So yeah, very good. See, this is what I mean. A lot of I pick subjects where they just out of their comfort zone completely. So we've got Boss Models. He's a plastic soldier kit. military figures and whatnot for gaming. 172 and an scale SU-76. So that's he's going to be doing. And they are little tiny things. He says it's towing a ZIS 280 gun. So he's just playing with that. There's an interesting one. A Top Gun one. Top Gun MiG. So, fictional MiG 28 from the movie Top Gun, which is actually an F5E Tiger II without decals. So there you go. So we've got Victory Day by Slightly Caddish. She done quite a few. So Far So Good, priming, blah blah blah. That's looking tidy, that office. That's looking really good. Hope everyone's not fell asleep yet. We will be getting to the better ones shortly because I can see by the dates. Victory Day 2, assembly with the help of clamps. The Flak 36, Tamiya base coat. Ah, yes, I remembered it. This is an interesting one, this one. This is a Russian and a strange looking thing at that. You'll see that in a minute. So, Boss models, camos and decals applied. The rest of the weekend I'll spend with some weathering. The guards' markings of Soviet vehicles are quite impressive. A really fun project and a good start to the new year. Looks nice and tidy. I don't want to miss people out. We've got Chris Rusty Scale Via, and he's doing an F5E MiG build after getting the pilot done. Seam lines with Mr. Surfacer. And he's got a little chappy there he's painting. So, Boss Models had some big fun throwing this around with mud and dirt and rust today on the Soviet SU-76. I like it looking like might have looked in the battle for Berlin, waiting for the tracks to dry and then final weathering and chipping. All good. All these are available at the hashtag. So you can see all these on the hashtag Russian China group build. So there we go. This boss saying he's finished the first of the 3 172 plastic soldier kits. The 1945 Soviet Guards SU-76 towing a plastic soldier's ZIS 280 gun. Straight out of the box, apart from some heavy detail work. Very cool. Oh, there's my friend Headley. So my friend Headley Carter, he said, this is my entry to the group build. Oh yeah, that's right. He done this for a client and during the group build. So it's a fantastic diorama he done there. There might be some close-up ones shortly. What we got here? Something dafty doing a thing. Russian Navy boat. I don't think that's thing. Right. There's some adverts on Twitter. So, Boss Model's second little kit from the Plastic Soldiers. Finnish KSP 76 tank hunter, post-war, and he's weathered it up nicely. These are tiny little things too, so to get that weathering detail is just, that's really cool. Like, these are really small 176. I think 176 or 172. So another Russia China build there from Badger, build number 3. Another little MiG he's working away on. He's got a few there. He's quite a MiG fanatic, so all good. And he says he's going to be building a tank. Boss models, 2 down, 1 to go. That's the 2 that he's just showed. Back to Andy Green. Andy Green's back again. And he says they're pre-shaded, ready to go. Oh, yeah. I think he's pre-shaded in a pen there. And Boss Models has done his 3rd one. The last one of the Plastic Soldier Model Company kits. I love that rusting on that exhaust there. That's great. And he improvised some side skirts, so he made his own there. So we've got Simon at Red 5 Models doing an IL2 and pre-shading and post-shading, etc. on that. Ian Costa's back again. I can't wait to get to the finishes. So Ian Costa's no worries, Kevin. It's the great builds, and the guys have really worked hard on them, you know. I've followed them obviously from the start because they tagged me on them, but I know how uncomfortable a lot of the guys are with a lot of this. There's another Boss Models there. And getting up to where they're finishing now, because this is the 10th of January, so this is a Chris Rusty Scale V on his MiG, working away on that. Right, so we've got another complete one by Badger, T3485. No updates until the big reveal, so he's got something planned there. We shall see what that is in a moment, no doubt. Got some nice effects on that for sure. I like the way he does that. Trying to get through these, so right. So that's the MiG ready to pre-shade. There's my SU2 finished. There it is. That's my SU2. Small bomber. Small Soviet bomber there. Ian Costa, I know he was on this for ages. It's such a kind of busy interior. Look at that. Hopefully outside will be quicker than the inside to build. Look all them rounds in that stack up there. And, oh, it's just fantastic, isn't it? You know, that's detail. I've got Andy Green, progress on the trio, topside base colours, and P40 is puttied up ready for camo. Very light and rough to get the coat to snow to stick to it. At least I love the putty, blah blah blah. So we've got our putty blobs there where he's painting away. Oh, here we go. Right. So old Badger, he said, like, here's my build, but I'm not showing you till near the end. Well, here you go. Czechoslovakia, 2021, August 1968. First world event I remember. I wanted to do this for quite a while, but waited as I felt I couldn't do it justice at the time. They're getting beating up the old civilians there, getting a bit of a doing over, and they're trying to attack back. That's a great job on that. And he goes, simple build to finish off, but he's not showing it. Right, IL2 Duramic, I think it's called. This is by Simon Red 5 Models. Guy I know, he's on YouTube as well when it comes up. And there you go. He's done a lovely picture too. That's really nice. I like that. I've got a thing for aircraft, so that's come out really nice. I like that. Right, so we've got a bit of crisp rusty scale, doing a bit of the old primer. Andy Green starting to get some camo on the trio. Badger's got another MiG Pharmacy and aftermarket decals. And Badger's got his Tamiya 148 scale Gaz 67B, a loft find I bought a dozen years ago. So he's done it in Russian maskings. And that way he's got the old dirty windows going on there as well next to it. And it's cool. See, they're all starting to come together now. Now the fun bit starts. So Ian Costa says another couple of evenings and I might actually get this big kit finished. So he's got some lovely muddage going on here and some colour tones going on, some rust and bits and bobs. That's looking really tidy, and we know how detailed that is inside because we saw it. So he's doing a fab job on that. It takes a lot of patience to do a kit like that. The cat is eating my, oh bless, Andy Green. The cat is eating his Hurricane undercarriage main leg gears. So out of the trio, it's a trio with one of them without. Right. So Andy Green says, snow camo time, first ever go. We'll need a bit of blending, but quite happy at first stage. Chance from a hole punch to protect the decals. There we go. Got some camo going on there. Hey, there you go. Ian Costa finally calling it finished, bless him. That was some interior on that build. Oh look, he's got all the chappies on the top. I like that. It's a funny old green too, isn't it? That's Russians for you. They had some strange colours. That looks really good. So well done, Ian. That looked fab. And Badger, who hunts who? He says. Oh, we're back to the fella with the tank and stuff. Oh, click the right button, that is. So I think he was just reminding everybody, we've seen that, seen that one, seen the fighting one. All right, this is everyone chucking their pictures on. And that is that. By the looks of it. So that's the Twitter fellas with their group builds. They've done a great job. They really did. Um, you know, like I say, this is out of their comfort zone completely. So it's all good. Now the next one is the ships and subs, which is so that's the next one. That's on my Twitter profile right now. That starts today, and I'll just show you the following months because there's 4 for this year. You've got ships and subs. You've got helicopters. Then we've got that's WTF. That's WTF will be anything not a kit. That's out of spares, extra parts, half kits, yogurt pots, whatever. Use your imagination and just go for it. And then the final one for the year, taking us up to February next year, is to try and buy and try group build. So yeah, all good. There is other builds, but I guess some of the guys just forgot to put the hashtag. These things happen. I'll try and make sure they put the hashtag in next time. But like I say, if you're over on Twitter, pop over, look for Modelers United. The pinned tweet is the latest group build. So we've got the ships and subs started today for 3 months. Then it's a heli build. Then it's WTF, out using the imagination and all that. And then finally at the end of the year will be the biplane and triplane. Most of the guys, it's way out of their comfort zone. Some of the guys I know, I've known them for years, and they only build tanks, and yet they're building ships and they're building aircraft. You know, so it's great to see them taking that little step leap out of their comfort zone and have a bit of fun. So it's all good. That's it for me. Um, I've got a nice new book here to play with, the Buccaneer. So I'm gonna have a little flick through that for the sake of it and chill out with a whiskey. So not quite your usual kind of me at my bench building and all that kind of carry on, but still nice to see. The guys deserve it to be mentioned on YouTube and that. At the end of the day, they've done a cracking job and they really did work hard. Cheers, Richard. So thanks for all of you popping by and just watching this. Just wanted to share it with you, and they all knew that it was going on, and those that didn't, tough. They'll realise when they see it. So hopefully I'll get it a bit more organised with like maybe a slideshow or something next time. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, so that's it for me. I'm going to relax because I shouldn't have been live tonight, but I had to. And I'm going to go and chill out and do a bit more 5D diamond art because it's getting there and it's nearly done. So yes, innit. Cheers. Thanks a lot, everyone, for popping by. Really appreciate it. And I'll catch you all tomorrow at my normal live on the Lancaster build at 7 o'clock. So that's it for now. Take care, stay safe, have a good evening, and I shall see you soon. Bye for now.